Hello students, this is Gurjeet Luthra, your accountancy teacher. So continuing our discussion regarding change in profit sharing ratio. Now we are concentrating on the topic treatment of reserves, accumulated profits and losses. Now let's first see what are these accumulated profits, reserves and losses. Now let's see that our total reserves are of following types. First are the free reserves, and then there are specific reserves. What are these free reserves? Free reserves are those reserves which do not have any liability against them. For example, general reserve, profit and loss account, credit balance. Okay, then we can call it reserve fund, etc. That means any reserve which is not having any liability against it. It is called a free reserve. Specific reserve. These are the reserves which may have a liability against them. For example, worksman compensation reserve. Basically, this worksman compensation reserve is made so that in case any worker suffers from any untoward incidents or any mishap, so he can be compensated out of this reserve. So this reserve may or may not have any liability against it. It all depends. Another example of this is investment fluctuation reserve. Investment fluctuation reserve. Are we clear? Now let's see the treatment of these reserves. First is treatment of free reserve. Are we clear about the free reserve? Free reserve is, that means some part of profit which we have saved and we have kept for future use, that is called a free reserve. Okay. Now there can be two situations in case of change in profit sharing ratio. First is when partners want to distribute the free reserves at the time of change in PSR. When the partners want to distribute this free reserve at the time of change in PSR. So obviously there's reconstitution, change in profit sharing ratio. So whatever reserve, as we all know, reserves appear on the liability side of the balance sheet by the name profit and loss account, credit balance, or general reserve, or reserve fund, or any other free reserve. So when the partners want to distribute the free reserves at the time of change in profit sharing ratio, the journal entry passed will be that particular free reserve account debit to partners capital account in old profit sharing ratio. Let's take an example. For example, ABC, say the ratio is 5:4:1. New ratio decided is, say, 1:1:1 in this particular case, and there appears general reserve in balance sheet at rupees, say, 60,000. Past journal entry. So in this particular case, the journal entry past will be general reserve account debit to A's capital, to B's capital, to C's capital in the old profit sharing ratio, which is 5:4:1. So it will be 30,000. Here it will be 60,000, 30,000, 24,000 and 6,000. Note, after the free reserve has been distributed, it would no longer appear in the books of reconstituted firm. That means after this reserve has been distributed, it would no longer appear in the balance sheet when the change in profit sharing ratio will be into effect. Clear? Now let's move on to second situation, when situation 2, when partners do not want to distribute reserves or the reserves will continue to appear in books. That means there is change in profit sharing ratio, but the partners do not want that such reserves should be distributed, but the effect has to be given because there is change in profit sharing ratio. So the same scenario will apply. The journal entry for this will be as we did in case of treatment of goodwill, gaining partners capital to sacrificing partners capital account. Is it clear? Gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partners capital account. Let's take an example for this. A, B, C, 5:4 1. This is the old ratio. New ratio is, say, 1, 5, 4. General reserve is equal to 30,000. Pass journal entry if partners decide that general reserve shall continue to appear in books. Now, solution. First, calculate the gain or sacrifice. A is 5 by 10 minus 1 by 10, 4 by 10 sacrifice. B, 4 by 10 minus 5 by 10, 1 by 10 gain. C, 1 by 10 minus 4 by 10, 3 by 10 gain. So our journal entry for this will be B's capital debit, C's capital debit to A's capital. So B's gain is 1 by 10, 1 by 10 of the reserve is 30,000, 30,000 into 1 by 10, 3,000. Then 30,000 into 3 by 10, 9,000. 30,000 into 4 by 10, 12,000. So this was the treatment in both these cases. Are we clear? Now, similar is the treatment of accumulated losses. Now, what do you mean by accumulated losses? Accumulated losses basically means accumulated losses or deferred revenue expenditure. Deferred revenue expenditure. Treatment of accumulated losses or deferred revenue expenditure. Now, what do you mean by accumulated losses? Accumulated losses, that means there have been certain losses like P&L account debit balance. The examples are P&L account debit balance. This must have been appearing on the asset side of balance sheet. And the examples of deferred revenue expenditure. Now, deferred revenue expenditure, the example is advertisement, suspense. Now, deferred revenue expenditures are those expenditures which are to be written off over a period of time. That means they are to be written off in many years. For example, we have incurred the advertisement expenditure in 1 year, but the benefits of those expenditures, that advertisement expenditure, is to be drawn in next 5 years. So that means it has to be written off in the next 5 years. So for the time being, it will appear on the asset side of the balance sheet. So again, there can be two situations. First, that when partners want to remove the accumulated losses, when partners wish to remove or transfer the accumulated losses or deferred revenue expenditure. The journal entry as they appear on the asset side, the journal entry for this will be partners capital, all partners capital account debit to accumulated loss or deferred revenue expenditure in old profit sharing ratio. Clear? And secondly, when partners decide that these will continue to appear in books. When these will continue to appear in books, then the journal entry will be reverse, sacrificing partner capital account debit to gaining partners capital account, because it's a loss. I hope it's clear. So remember one thing, this treatment of free reserve case, if question is silent, always use this method. यानी जब तक क्वेश्चन में कहा ना गया हो that the partners decide that it will continue to appear, तब तक आपने फर्स्ट मेथड ही लगाना है. दैट मीन्स आपने डिस्ट्रीब्यूट ही करना है. ठीक है, तो यहाँ भी बाय डिफॉल्ट this method is to be applied. Is it clear? Next is, let's take an example. For example, we are given a balance sheet. Just an extract of the balance sheet is given to you in the question. Here the following balances appear. P&L account debit balance, it is 12,000 on the asset side. On the liability side there is contingency reserve. Again, if there is no liability against this reserve, it will be a free reserve. Okay, contingency reserve 30,000. Okay, contingency reserve is 30,000. Then goodwill appears at rupees. Okay, there is no goodwill out there. Leave behind goodwill. There is general reserve of rupees 18,000. Then NPSR is equal to, say, OPSR is A, B, C equal. NPSR is 1:3:2. What you have to do, A, give journal entries if partners decide to distribute reserves accumulated losses. B, if partners decide that the reserves accumulated losses shall continue to appear in books. So let's do the journal entries in both the cases. Case A. So what we have told, whatever free reserves etc. are there, they are to be distributed among the partners in their old profit sharing ratio, which is equal. So journal entry number 1, it will be contingency reserve is a free reserve. So contingency reserve debit. Okay. Then general reserve account debit. This is 30,000. This is 18,000. To partners capital account in old profit sharing ratio, to A, to B, to C, 48,000. So it will be 16,000, 16,000, 16,000. And similarly, accumulated losses, the entry will be, this is accumulated loss, P&L account 12,000. Reverse entry is there, A debit, B debit, C debit, to profit and loss account debit balance. This profit and loss account debit balance is 12,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Clear? Now case B. Case B, first calculate gaining and sacrificing ratio. So in case of A, it is old share was, the old share of A was 1/3, new share is 1/6, so that means 1/6 sacrifice. B, 1/3 minus 3/6, it is 1/6 gain, and in case of C, it is 1/3 minus 2/6 is equal to nil. So A and B are gaining and sacrificing and gaining partners. Now decide that in case of, now let's take what entry is to be passed. So accumulated profits are contingency reserve is 30,000 and general reserve is 18,000, total 48,000, and accumulated losses, they are 12,000. So net amount is 36,000. So we will pass an entry for the net amount. Obviously it is coming positive. Had it been coming negative, the entry would have been sacrificing to gaining, because losses would have been more, but now the profits are more, the general entry will be gaining to sacrificing. So the general entry here will be gaining partner is B, so it will be B's capital account debit to A's capital account. 36,000 into 1/6, 6,000, 6,000. This completes our discussion regarding treatment of reserves and accumulated profits and accumulated losses. Now, continuing our discussion for the treatment of reserves, our next topic will be treatment of worksman compensation reserve. Worksman compensation reserve. Worksman compensation reserve. As I've already told you, that worksman compensation reserve basically means that a reserve which has been created so that the partners can facilitate from it. That means if a partner is suffering from any type of mishappening or there is any untoward incidents taking place which affects workers, so they can be compensated out of it. Now let's see the various cases. Case 1. When there is no claim against WCR. That means there is worksman compensation reserve appearing in the books, but there is no claim against it. That means at the time of change in profit sharing ratio, there is no claim against this WCR. There is no claim against this WCR. So that means when there is no claim against this WCR, it becomes a free reserve. It becomes a free reserve. Okay. So now the general entry for the free reserve is worksman compensation reserve account debit to partners capital account in old profit sharing ratio. I hope it's clear. Okay. Case number 2. When claim against WCR is equal to WCR. That means कि जितने का रिजर्व हमारे पास है उतने की ही लायबिलिटी आ गई है हमारे पास. तो इसका मतलब इट इज़ नो मोर अ फ्री रिजर्व. सो द जनरल एंट्री फॉर दिस विल बी जितना रिजर्व है WCR अकाउंट डेबिट टू WCR अकाउंट डेबिट टू claim against WCR. That means one reserve has been converted into a liability, that is claim against WCR, and this claim against WCR will now appear in बैलेंस शीट. अब WCR का नाम चेंज होके क्लेम अगेंस्ट WCR बन जाएगा. इज इट क्लियर? नाउ लेट्स सी केस नंबर 3. दिस विल क्लैरिफाई योर doubts more. When claim is less than WCR, हमारा WCR ज़्यादा है, रिजर्व ज़्यादा है, पर क्लेम कम है, तो तब जनरल एंट्री क्या आएगी? जनरल एंट्री फॉर दिस विल बी WCR डेबिट. सपोज WCR हमारे पास है से 50,000 का. ओके. टू क्लेम against WCR. सपोज क्लेम इज 20,000, यानी लाइबिलिटी जो अराइज हुई है वो 20,000 की हुई है, तो बाकी 30,000 क्या हुआ? दैट विल बी अ फ्री रिजर्व. फ्री रिजर्व कहाँ जाता है? टू पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट. रिमेनिंग 30,000 किस रेशियो में जाएगा ये? इन ओल्ड प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो. इज इट क्लियर? Are we clear about this? And then comes the last case, case 4. When claim is more than WCR, यानी WCR कम है हमारे पास लेकिन क्लेम ज़्यादा है, लाइबिलिटी ज़्यादा की आ गई है, तो इन दैट केस फॉलोइंग जनरल एंट्रीज आर पास. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड जनरल एंट्रीज. नंबर 1, it will be, first general entry will be WCR debit. सपोज WCR हमारे पास है 50,000 का, ओके, लेकिन क्लेम टू क्लेम अगेंस्ट WCR वो है हमारे पास 80,000 का. तो अब ये 30,000 कहाँ से लेके आए? बाकी के 30,000. एन अकाउंट शैल बी ओपनड. वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग दिस अकाउंट लेटर ऑन इन द चैप्टर. देयर इज अ टॉपिक रिगार्डिंग दिस. फॉर द टाइम बिंग जस्ट रिमेंबर this 30,000 will be debited to an account called revaluation account. Revaluation account debit 30,000, 80,000. This is the first journal entry. सेकेंड जनरल एंट्री. अब जो ये रीवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट है ये कहाँ ट्रांसफ़र होगा? ये पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट में ट्रांसफ़र हो जाएगा. सेकेंड एंट्री दैट पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट डेबिट टू रीवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट. अमाउंट इज 30,000. And this will be done in old profit sharing ratio. Now I'll assign you one question regarding WCR, that in balance sheet WCR is say 50,000. Okay, let it be 60,000. WCR is 60,000 and A, B, C are partners sharing profits equally. Okay, NPSR is 3:2:1. Pass journal entries in following cases. Number 1, claim against WCR is 60,000. Case 2, claim against WCR is 24,000. Number 3, no claim against WCR. Number 4, claim against WCR is 72,000. So this is your question, that balance sheet WCR is given to be 60,000. ABC are partners, equal ratio, NPSR is 3:1. Past journal entries in the following cases: claim against WCR is 60,000, claim against WCR is 24,000, no claim against WCR, and fourth is claim against WCR is 72,000. So this is your assignment question. You have to complete this, and we will continue our discussion towards the next treatment of reserve, which is investment fluctuation reserve. Next is treatment of investment fluctuation reserve. Treatment of investment fluctuation reserve. Now, what do you mean by investment fluctuation reserve? Basically, investment fluctuation reserve is a reserve which is created. It is a reserve which is created so that if there is any fluctuation in the value of investments, we have made investments is our asset, that if we have made any investments and there is any fluctuation in its market value, the market value may increase, the market value may decrease. So whatever fluctuation is there, if that can be set off against this reserve. In simple words, ये एक ऐसा रिजर्व है, वो इसलिए क्रिएट किया गया है ताकि जो हमने इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की हैं, अगर उनकी मार्केट वैल्यू में कोई चेंजेस आ रहे हैं तो उन चेंजेस को बुक्स में रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए हमारे पास एक एब्जॉर्बर है, एक रिजर्व है हमारे पास. दिस इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज investment fluctuation reserve. Now let's take the various cases. Case 1, when the market value is equal to book value ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. तो यानी हमारी बुक्स में भी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की वैल्यू 1 लाख है और उसकी मार्केट वैल्यू भी 1 लाख है. तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जो भी हमारे पास इन्वेस्टमेंट फ्लक्चुएशन रिजर्व बना हुआ है, इसका मतलब इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में कोई फ्लक्चुएशन तो आई नहीं, तो हमारे पास जो भी इन्वेस्टमेंट फ्लक्चुएशन रिजर्व बना हुआ है वो एक फ्री रिजर्व हो गया. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब फ्री रिजर्व की ट्रीटमेंट क्या होती है? जनरल एंट्री विल बी इन्वेस्टमेंट फ्लक्चुएशन रिजर्व account debit to partners capital account in old profit sharing ratio. I hope it's clear. Case number 2, when market value is less than the book value of the investments, यानी मार्केट वैल्यू कम हो रही है. तो यहाँ हमारे पास कुछ सब्सिडरी केसेस आएंगे. कौन से सब्सिडरी केसेस आएंगे? कि मार्केट वैल्यू कम हो रही है, तो इसका मतलब देयर इज अ फॉल इन द वैल्यू ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. तो इसमें हमारे पास 2A केस आएगा. ये जो फॉल हो रहा है मार्केट वैल्यू में, दिस फॉल इज इक्वल टू IFR. यानी जितना फॉल हुआ है उतना ही IFR है हमारे पास. जितना भी फॉल हुआ है उतना IFR है हमारे पास. तो उस केस में हमारी जनरल एंट्री आएगी, फॉर एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं हम, यहाँ पे एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं कि हमारी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हैं, बुक वैल्यू ऑफ द इन्वेस्टमेंट्स इज से 50,000, book value of investments is 50,000, market value is equal to say 30,000, and we have IFR is equal to 20,000. So can we see this thing? The fall is 20,000 और हमारे पास IFR भी 20,000 है, तो इसका मतलब जितना फॉल हुआ है वो सारा IFR में से निकाला जा सकता है। तो हमारी जर्नल एंट्री क्या आएगी? IFR डेबिट 20,000 टू इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, क्योंकि उनकी वैल्यू 20,000 से ही डिक्रीज हुई है। देन सेकेंड केस, when to be, when this fall is less than IFR, जो फॉल हुआ है वो लेस देन IFR है। तो देखें एग्जाम्पल इज इन्वेस्टमेंट हैं बुक वैल्यू, यानी हमने बुक्स में रिकॉर्ड की हुई है 50,000 की, ओके। मार्केट वैल्यू जो इन्वेस्टमेंट की हुई है वो हुई है से 45,000। तो हाउ मच इज द फॉल? फॉल कितना हुआ है? फॉल इन इन्वेस्टमेंट्स 5,000 और IFR हमारे पास है 20,000 का। IFR इज 20,000। तो अब हमारी जर्नल एंट्री क्या आएगी? देखो, IFR डेबिट 20,000, जबकि फॉल इन वैल्यू ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना हुआ है? जस्ट 5,000। तो बाकी 15,000 क्या है? वो हमारा फ्री रिजर्व बन गया। दैट विल गो टू पार्टनर्स कैपिटल इन देयर ओल्ड प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो, रिमेनिंग 15,000। आई होप इट्स क्लियर। नंबर 3, इसी कंटेक्स्ट में थर्ड केस हमारा आ रहा है 2C. The 2C case will be fall in investments is greater than IFR. फॉल ज़्यादा हुआ है, FIR कम है, IFR कम है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की बुक वैल्यू हमारे पास है 50,000 और मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट वो हो गई है से 20,000। तो फॉल कितना हुआ बेटा? फॉल इन इन्वेस्टमेंट्स इट इज 30,000, जबकि IFR दैट वी आर हैविंग इट इज इक्वल टू 20,000। नाउ सी द जनरल एंट्रीज। नंबर 1, IFR हमारे पास कितना है? 20,000, जबकि इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की वैल्यू में फॉल कितना हुआ है? इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की वैल्यू में फॉल कितना हुआ है? 30,000। So this 10,000 will be debited to an account called revaluation account debit. Revaluation account debit 10,000 to investment 30,000. And second journal entry will be partners capital debit to revaluation account 10,000 in old profit sharing ratio. I hope it's clear. Now the last case, case 3. If market value increases, फायदे का सौदा हो रहा है, if market value increases, so the journal entry, for example, let us see investments have the book value of rupees 50,000. Okay, market value is 80,000, IFR is 20,000. तो सबसे पहले मुझे एक चीज़ बताइए, क्या मार्केट वैल्यू फॉल हो रही है? नहीं हो रही। तो इसका मतलब क्या IFR का यूज़ होगा इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की मार्केट वैल्यू को रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए? फॉल इन वैल्यू को रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए फॉल हो ही नहीं रहा। तो दैट मीन्स IFR becomes a free reserve. IFR will be a free reserve. So first जनरल एंट्री IFR को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दीजिए पार्टनर्स में. IFR डेबिट 20,000 to partners capital account 20,000, obviously in old profit sharing ratio. सेकेंड एंट्री, अब इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की वैल्यू बढ़ रही है. कितनी बढ़ रही है? इन्वेस्टमेंट अकाउंट डेबिट 30,000 से बढ़ रही है. दैट विल अगेन गो टू एन अकाउंट कॉल्ड रीवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट 30,000. And number 3, this revaluation will be transferred to partners capital account, obviously individually in old profit sharing ratio. Okay, now the question you have to do yourself. There's a balance sheet given to you in the question. In the balance sheet, on the asset side, investments are, say, 3 lakh. On the liability side, there is IFR 30,000. ABC partners, their profit sharing ratio is 5:4:1. New ratio is 1:1:1. Pass journal entries in following cases. The case is what I am writing. Number 1, market value of investment is 3 lakh. Number 2, market value of investment is 2,70,000. Number 3, market value of investment is 2,10,000. Number 4, market value of investment is 3,60,000. See the question, market value of investment is 3 lakh, market value of investment is 2,70,000, market value of investment is 2,10,000, market value of investment is 3,60,000. So we have to pass journal entries for all these cases and we'll discuss our problems in our class. Please go through this video as this is a very important one because this topic has to run through in next 2 chapters also. Thank you.